Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smithy in the Black Quant Edge VTF here, T3 Live with this week's market wrap-up. And for the week, nice good trading week, a lot of earnings gaps to stay on because future's not doing much. I also had a nice webinar, and it's posted here around here somewhere, and if you get a chance to watch it, I would do that. I got a lot of new people, and I love to get new people during earnings season because earnings season is fun. One of the things I always talk about and saying how there's only three possible things that can happen in three scenarios, and an outside bar is one of them, and that's a broadening formation, and that is so prevalent. And even today, got a great chance to demonstrate that, and I'll show you what I was looking at here. This is SPY 1 minute. SPY in general doing nothing. We can identify the series, the lower low, the higher high, the lower low, and then the higher high here. And I drew that for the folks, and I said, triangle needs to grow, and it will. And so once you can identify this, then you'll see, take this out, come back in here, then there's a lower level triangle here, and so a lot of people have problems drawing the triangles or seeing them because they're always looking at the exact highs. But when you have a high like this that cuts back down, all you got to do is draw back to the last lower high, and then you're going to see this. It comes up into here. Then once it starts coming down here, take these guys out. Boom, 1 minute hammer on the bottom. There's your lower level triangle. There's your inside bar. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. 2 down, back up, rev strat oneer, boom, triangle needed to grow, and it did. And reason that's important, because on a 60-minute, it goes outside bar, just like I said. So that's the guts of an outside bar, is always going to be a broadening formation, and so hopefully that's a little helpful. Obviously, SPY not doing much. The VIX down so low. At least we got a little spike today. On the weekly, you can see the broader average is doing nothing, although this would set up the rev strat weaker in SPY. But coming back towards the lows, couldn't take out the D highs, and QQQ still a little lower than that, right? So it'd be nice if we could bring them in and have a little volatility. But fortunately, we've had all these earnings, and that's just been the savior. Of course, this week in Tesla, I've secured, have you? So now the battle continues in Tesla, but that was some nice trading there too, especially on this here, because we had the 3-2 week, the outside bar. Boom, when that started to take off, we knew to get in there, and it was great on this day here. That was fantastic. Then you go inside day down, right? So here you can see how the inside day drops from 367, right, and to the close at last 352. So that was a nice day there, and still inside this thing. So how do you get outside of there? Now you go inside day, and the news will keep pouring in there. But certainly, it was some awesome trading in that Tesla. That was great. Another thing, like the best trade of the week by far was Melly. So once you understand how the strategy works. In my VTF, like, we have people that will trade all levels of different volatility and stuff like that, and certain people will just stay on big movers like Melly and NTES and all that kind of stuff. And then because we don't have subjectivity, we can just call out a symbol and you'll know what to look for. And on Melly, this was absolutely gorgeous, and it was great for the webinar people, the first day to end to see this. The kind of stuff you can do once you know what we know. And so we got to go back a ways on this fiver. Hopefully I can get back there. So here you can see this is an outside five. I'm going to shrink this better so you can see this. I really want you to see this because it was something. Here, the outside bar right there. And the range expansion of the range expansion is the 3, which is an outside bar, and 2 taking out one side. Boom, right there. And that was at 360. This thing didn't make a lower low until 386. All right, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, all right? I'm sorry. This was the high of this was 348, and absolutely gorgeous. And the really nice thing about this, because it didn't make any lower lows, was that we could alert everybody else because it did it on the 15 right here. Could get everybody else in the room involved if you weren't watching that 5 minute, which most people weren't. But then you got this 15 minute to go 3-2 on the 15. Took out 375 and won $19 in 15 minutes. And it was absolutely gorgeous. Let's see what else we got here. We had Amazon going back to the hash. And Amazon, one thing you want to look for is those outside bars, because those are fractal triangles, just like I showed you. So we can look for those to complete. So here you can see this Amazon. You see the outside bar, then you take it out and come back in. Yeah, we're looking for a compound 3 to this is a 3, 2 down, and then when this hammer comes out, we're looking to take this out, which we did, because these two are now an outside bar of that. If you go to the daily, you're going to see this. Stop them out. There's your triangle, right? Inside day, boom. Here, 3-2 day, boom, boom, boom. Now inside day after completing the try by getting through there. So we'll see. But just some of this stuff I just want you to be able to start seeing, because it's what you want to be seeing. Trust me. Gapper today, TTD. And this was awesome. And we got this here. Watching the 3-minute. There was a bunch of other entries, but on the 3-minute on the opening, I know not everybody's going to do 3 minutes, and I'm going to show you. That's okay. But this was an inside bar in the 3-minute here. Get you in at 117, and that thing kept cruising up into here, and then finally made it to 130, and there's some other entries in here. But you can see that no lower low here until 124 plus. So that's nice, $6 right there. Then and then AIC on the move. And this is what I'm talking about. There's some people that can get those 5 minutes to 3 minutes, but you don't have to do that. You can kick back and just go, if something's moving like this, here, inside 60 right here. That takes 2 hours to set up. Took out 83.17. There you go. It's $10 higher. Not bad, huh? And then sometimes they'll try and lull you to sleep, right? Sometimes they'll lull you to sleep on these things, but you can stay on them just by watching the gapper list that I tweet out and just watching this stuff on a 60-30 basis. There's plenty to do. So Overstock tried to lull them to sleep, right? Inside 60, pow, right there. Takes it out, 45.20, and there you go. You're almost $4 right there coming into the close. Redfin, the same. Inside, finally breaks the inside 60, below 19.50, and there you go. $1.50 on a $19 number, not bad there at all. So watching the gappers and all this stuff has just been a great week. You want to avoid the broader averages if you can when they're not doing anything, and go after these stocks that are moving and know what to do and how to do it. All right. Also, I do a halftime report on the T3 Live Facebook, and one of the things I do there is when you get to the midpoint of the week or a month, you want to make sure something's moving and not an inside doji, right? And so what I do is I come on midday and I talk about the things, the bright red, green, and bright red bars, all right? What do I see? Those are the things that are moving, so you might want to stop by for that. Tuesday, I also do the Wheels in Motion show on the T3 Live YouTube, and that's the weekly signals and maybe some monthlies next week that are in force that you want to know about, because then you can look for reconfirmation. Those things are already in force. That can be very helpful too. And I tweet out the gapper list every morning at Robin the Black on Twitter. Hopefully you can catch up on some of the stuff I just showed you. All right, great week. Love the earnings. Need some volatility. It's summertime, so a lot of people out of town, but I hope you all had a great week and have an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quantage VTF here at T3 Live with this week's Market Wrap-Up.